Java has said himself that he is one of the people who will just kind of lose.
So what you're telling me here is that this 3-0 is going to be really quick.
Potentially.
I'm starting to think the same thing too. We are on World's End against Imugi of all characters. Axe, Greatsword, high strength, high defense going up against Ahsoka. Epic crossover on Asuri. That is a lot of turtle shell to get through to be able to take one stock. And we'll see how it goes here. Monihalla is definitely at home, right? Like we talk about how like Demon Island and World's End are like the Greatsword runways because platforms are typically not in favor of them.
Just want a flat stage.
And so flat stage where you're going to be knocking out with your Greatsword sidelight finisher at orange. So let's see if Monihalla's got that at the beginning of this game. And so far, Ryze is doing a good job to start here. Gets a downlight sider for an edgeguard opportunity.
It is a Mugi. I mean, he could just throw out a Sig as well. Those signatures are one of the biggest threats that Mugi has. Opportunity here as that sweat beads and goes in with a neutral finisher there. I think that was Ryze a little too high in the air for the side finisher.
Yeah, I didn't get a count on when Ryze dodged there, but that neutral light finisher is going to do great. Recovery, not going to knock out Monihalla just yet, but that down sig definitely will. Nice job, evens things up 2-2.
Okay, sticking with the Katars here. That's the general game plan of the Ahsokas or Asuris out there, is get that early damage with the Katars and then finish off with the sword. Surprised that dash downline actually didn't true convert.
Oh, that silent finisher almost gets him with the Sarah all the way out. That kind of edge guard is reminiscent to me of South America, where it's like watching Fiend or anyone with a spear get a combo and then jump all the way out, no hesitation, go for the cider while they're still out in the blast zone. And now Monihalla has brought it down to one stock. So much damage coming on to Ryze. D-Light ground pound whiffing and the Katars are picked up now. Side light, down light, double down light, the down air. Doesn't hit, but Monihalla does not capitalize off of the whiff.
Weapon toss to approach. Monihalla definitely in the driver's seat right now. Ryze gets in, saw the dodge, but Ryze not going to pull the trigger on an attack. Instead, Monihalla once again getting more damage put out, swapping over to the axe.
Ooh, and a cider would knock out here at the edge of the stage. We're going to see the down sig at the edge of the stage. Monihalla has not hit the heavy attack button.
He hasn't. He hasn't needed to.
Yeah, there's been no need. Down air, weapon throw, sweating, has a gravity cancel antic, does touch the stage. Surprise both of them, I think, are the same finishers from before. Max range on that from center stage. Dash downlight
to approach. That reached so far. I don't think Ryze was ready for that.
And downlight's got a little bit of momentum built into it, right? Yeah. So it's a little deceptive on how that reaches, but that was twice that he caught Ryze with that downlight. I think it was like downlight, neutral light bridge, neutral light finisher. We'll see at the end there what he was favoring. Yeah, that neutral light bridge finisher. That was something that usually Greatsword players favor the downlight bridge or neutral light bridge and then side light finisher. Yeah. So it's interesting seeing Monihalla have favor towards that going into game number one, maybe because of the nature of World's End, where it's like neutral light as a finisher.
Well, I'm curious as a whole because Monihalla is the first Greatsword player that I've seen as of late that does more than just down bridge. Like just there, he did side bridge, which again is just like, I need to ask a Greatsword player why you would do these other ones, because down bridge has historically been the best option for covering multiple like jump responses.
Just from what I'm seeing on how Monihalla has been playing it, my suspicion is that it has something to do with that positioning at the edge of the stage and where the neutral light bridge puts his opponent, which is like in that area top left of him, right? And then he's able to respond with a side light finisher if he thinks he's going down, or a neutral light finisher if he thinks he's going up. But it would be interesting to see. Downlight cider from Ryze here could give him the lead here in game number 2. Ground pound's going to take him down, and there it is. Nice edge guard from Ryze. I thought Monihalla had complete control over that stock, but Ryze is keeping up.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be a place that you're going to pick apart in a Mugi, it's going to be in the off stage. Mugi, one of the slowest legends in the game. That's going to be where Ryze could get the advantage.
Surprised that Ryze is willing to leave World's End and Demon Island open against Greatsword. I think there's out of all, nice job with the guitar string there. But out of all the regions that I watch, South America is the only one where I really feel like people are even thinking about their counter picks against Greatsword. That's been something that I've noticed.
I think the Qatar players that I've talked to also don't like soft platforms, which is kind of like the unfortunate balancing act that you have to do, is like how uncomfortable are you versus
even though I think in theory platforms can be really fantastic for Qatar's kit, right? And how they tend to space within a platform height per move, whether it's like downlight or recovery and so on and so forth. But here we are. Monihalla still at a deficit against Ryze. Goes in for that weapon, goes for the downlight, picks up the sword, neutral light, puts him on the left side of the stage. What's he got? Goes in, dashes back, or dodges back, trying to get him to do something, but no, it's going to be the sidelight finisher there, but Ryze goes high. That means next time we might see Monihalla just do the same thing with the endlight finisher to get that extra little bit of reach.
Might need more damage before you can even think about it. Dodges through the recovery there, but disarmed on the left side. Ryze caught by the weapon toss. Down air.
Too. Wow.
Clean edge guard from Monihalla.
Relatively early stock, too, for how much damage Ryze had him out at the time. I think that was a sidelight bridge, sidelight finisher coming up from Monihalla as well. So a lot of extra reach. Gets the sidelight nair, gravity cancel, and sig. That's like, it makes sense that like the next dragon legend with axe does the same thing Ragnar does. Right? Like it's the exact same coverage. Ragnar mains everywhere. Love that sidelight nair, neutral sig. Covers them just spot dodging in place or jumping and fast falling. And right there we saw Monihalla get a ton of damage as well. Ryze gets spiked over to the other side of Demon Island from under the stage. Jumping nair is going to bring him deep into orange. Disarms him. This could be the stock. Weapon throw, down air. That's the second time he got that edge guard there. Amazing accuracy from Monihalla's weapon throws into the pickup down air right away. Ryze seems to be conditioned to want to recover low after the weapon throw hits.
Yeah.
Maybe worried about what happened in game one with that side air,
like
right?
the high chase into the side air. But either way, man, Monihalla really brought that one back. That looked like the best showing Ryze has had, and then Monihalla just completely stole that lead
And this
away.
is the most diverse showing of greatsword strings that I've seen in a long time. Like you said, I think that I've been so used to saying D-Light Bridge that I kind of just ignore it. And now I'm seeing a lot of finishers to where you only unlock those animations from doing those different bridges.
Do a down finisher off a neutral bridge.
That's my favorite
down
one,
finisher off a neutral bridge.
I think it is universally hated.
So slow.
it's like you were actually just doing that to BM. It's my favorite finisher for sure. The animation, you get a little bit of a jump back on it as well. You slam the sword into the ground, and it really doesn't do anything.
It looks cool. That's the most important
do you
part.
want less knockout power? Do you want less damage? Do you want to use a move that's slower than all your other moves? Go for downlight finisher today. Not talking about the cool one, which is like the double downlight, right? Where you spin around.
Double spin.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, endlight bridge, downlight finisher is like my favorite. So far, Ryze is destroying them.
Oh, good chain dodge to get up onto the stage there. Down air to get past that weapon toss, chase dodge, or just regular dodge straight through that ground pound, but didn't turn it around.
Nice dodge through, avoids the side air, but that recovery will knock him out. Ryze is getting stronger and stronger every game. In game one, he was down the stock at the very beginning. Game two, he took the first stock, and in game three, he has like the stock with a huge lead, and Monihalla is having a lot of trouble, especially when he's on the axe, dealing with Ryze's guitars here. Double down air to get stopped, but 2 nairs in a row brings it right back, and now Monihalla could get an amazing dodge in read. Fantastic, although that was a little more classic greatsword that we saw there, right? Sidelight opener, and then you turn around, and then you hit the sidelight D-light bridge, neutral light finisher. It's just bread and butter coming out from the greatsword. Gravity cancel sidelight gets that little step forward, that extra bit of damage. It's not as strong as if you were to go through the entire thing, but you get that damage on the way back. A good wake-up option. And look at this, Ryze seems to be struggling. Sidelight finisher sends him flying off the right side of the stage. Again, tries to bait him out, poking him, just trying to get him as he goes over the top of the stage. Endlight might be great here. That was cool. Down sig to really catch him off guard. I mean, he has been conditioning him to only worry about sidelight.
He's thrown out maybe 4 signatures across the entirety of this set, but they have been pretty consistently hitting, except for that one side sig that Ryze was able to dodge backwards to avoid.
Oh, the sidelight into the dare stare catches the dodge. Monihalla's out of there at orange. It doesn't matter if you have 20 billion defense. Katars could do that to you at any amount of damage, and Monihalla falls at quite low damage. Ryze brings it right back for a potential game number 4 if he can take this one. And he's continuing to go with the neutral stick, the dunk into the recovery, tries to get the nair. Monihalla switches around. Sair down sig, he's low on jumps. Ground pound here could do it, but the down sig goes too low. Gravity cancel end sig? No. Doesn't get it, but he manages to make it back on the stage. He gets a sidelight D-light.
I like the aggressive return to stage there from Ryze, but now he's got to go for it again.
Oh, another Sair could mean weapon throw down air from Monihalla. Monihalla's got so many edgeguard options on the greatsword here. He's been looking so great on stage and off stage. Disarms him, and he primes a greatsword. starving him of weapons. The Sair hits, that almost is enough. The weapon throw goes low. Monihalla has a new greatsword picked up. N-stick could knock out here. Downstick could be great on the weapon, but he switches over to the axe. That could be risky.
Ooh.
I haven't seen Monihalla get any really good knockouts on the axe besides that N-light, and he switches right back over to the greatsword. Recovery? Goes for the nair, and the backswing bats him off the top of the stage. Monihalla with the 3-0 over Ryze, but I was very impressed by Ryze's performance, I think. Even all things considered, each game was way better than the last for Ryze, considering the disparity that I noticed in game one between the two players.
Ryze had pretty consistently solid